MyFitnessPal is the most commonly used app for tracking food. It is also a very commonly misused app. It's a fantastic invention and a really handy tool for tracking our food and just staying accountable to ourselves, but when used incorrectly, it can cause harm. First of all, trying to track your food all year round, every day of the week, week on week, is just going to be too much. It's tedious and it gets annoying, and it's not realistic to be tracking food all year round. So being able to split your year up into different sections where you can track and then get a little bit more loose is going to be essential in how you do track your food and how successfully you track your food using MyFitnessPal. Setting out a 12 to 16 week period for yourself throughout the year where you're going to track and you're going to be a little bit more strict on your food choices and your macros and your calories, that is going to be the best way to get the most optimum results from using these 3 or 4 months to really clean up your diet and get all the factors in check. You should have a good idea with how many calories you're eating on a daily basis and how many macros are contained in your regular meals, and it'll give you a lot more freedom in your choices then, and you can relax a bit more on your tracking if you know you're going to be eating similar meals every day after that. After a period of tracking as well, as I said, you can get a little bit more relaxed, but if you ever feel like you need to tighten up a little bit again, you feel like you've gotten a little bit out of hand for 2 or 3 weeks with the meals and you're starting to put on a little few pounds again, well then you know what to do. You go back to MyFitnessPal, you use it again for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, clean up, get your routine back in order, and then go from there again. Let's learn to self-regulate and be consistent all throughout the year rather than taking the all or nothing approach and just trying to smash it for 8 weeks as hard as we can. Be consistent, and as I said, learn to self-regulate. Don't just put your food in blindly. Understand, okay, I'm putting in my dinner 500 calories, so now you know next time you have that dinner it's going to be 500 calories. Or like a food you like an eggs or fish or meat, whatever it is, a common food you eat on a daily basis, get familiar with how much protein, fat, carbs and caloric content is in that food, and then your ability to self-regulate your diet without tracking too strict will improve massively. So what I'm saying with all this learning to self-regulate, just tracking for me 12 to 16 weeks more strict throughout the year and then becoming a little bit more loose, is don't be a slave to MyFitnessPal. We have to use it intelligently and efficiently to get the most optimal results. And the way we're going to do that is by just setting out those periods of time throughout the year for ourselves, letting ourselves a little bit more freedom, around Christmas time and maybe around into the summer when you want to be going out and having a few drinks and getting good meals in. So those are the times of the year that we need to be more relaxed on our diet. And if you are intelligent and efficient with your use of MyFitnessPal and tracking food at all the other points throughout the year, well then you can enjoy your summer and you can enjoy your Christmas and those times of the year and your birthdays, whatever it might be, without feeling guilty. You've put in the groundwork to be able to enjoy that. Last thing, lads, on MyFitnessPal is do not use it as a coach. Okay, the targets it sets you are totally off the wall and wrong. So what I mean by that is, if you put in a target weight on MyFitnessPal, if you put in your current weight and a target weight, it's going to ask you how many kilos do you want to lose per week. I mean, it doesn't matter how much you want to lose per week, because it's not realistic to say you want to lose a kilo a week. And if you follow the targets they give you, they will set you calories that will make someone of your weight to attempt to lose a kilo of body fat per week. It's just completely unsustainable. Also, the macronutrient and micronutrient targets they give you, all wrong. Don't use them. You got to use your own targets, guys. So like we've been doing on the Zoom calls, and like I will go through with new members, we're going to set your calories and set your macros. When you go to use MyFitnessPal, you put in your own calories. The free version allows you to do that. You don't need to get premium. The free version is enough. The free version will allow you to input the calories that you've set for yourself. That's the number you follow, not the number they set you. Also, with the macronutrient targets, you then have to balance out your protein, fat and carbs close enough to the number that you've got. It's never going to be 100% accurate on MyFitnessPal, so you just have to work around that a little bit. So like if your target was 180 grams of protein, but like one option was saying 172 and the other option was saying 190 or say 200 for argument's sake, because it would be a little bit higher, you'd go with the 172 target and you would hit 180 yourself. So like if MyFitnessPal is saying 172 grams of protein, but your own personal target from your own calculations was 180 grams of protein, you aim for your targets. And it's the same with the carbs and the fats. Okay, MyFitnessPal is just a way for you to track your food and use it as a food diary. It's not a coach, and don't ever use it as a coach, guys. Use your own calculations when it comes to calories and macros. And with the micros, they kind of just give the the basic daily requirements. Again, with that, don't pay too much attention to that stuff, because a lot of the time the foods on MyFitnessPals only have correct calorie and macro content. The rest of it is kind of just thrown in there.